At just 17 years old, Lamine Yamal was making grown men in world football look like academy trainees.
I mean, at 17, to do what he's doing on this big stage, is you can see he's playing with no fear and just playing with freedom and enjoying the big occasion.
We're talking goals in big games, humiliating defenders twice his age, making Champions League nights look like schoolyard matches, turning La Liga defenders inside out. But here's what most people don't know. Behind the nutmegs, trivialas, and record-breaking stats, there's a deeper story. One about a boy who grew up with uncertainty, carried his family's hopes on his shoulders, and turned raw talent into one of the most frightening weapons in modern football. This is the rise of the most terrifying young player in the game. Lamine Yamal was born in July 2007 in the Catalonian town of Mataró. From the moment he could walk, a football was never far away. His father, of Moroccan descent, had once dreamed of going pro but ended up working as a painter. His mother, from Equatorial Guinea, worked long hours as a waitress. The family's life wasn't easy. Bills piled up, and the future wasn't secure. When Yamal was just 3 years old, his parents separated. For many kids, that could have been the first step toward drifting away from big dreams. But for Yamal, football became the constant, the thing that kept him focused. One of his earliest public moments was being featured in a charity advert alongside Lionel Messi. For most people, it was a cute coincidence, but looking back now, it feels like a piece of foreshadowing, a hint at what was coming. By age 4, Yamal joined his first local team. From the very first training sessions, it was clear this kid was different. He wasn't just faster or more skilled, he had vision. He could read the game in a way you just don't see in a 4-year-old. Within 3 years, scouts from across Spain were showing up to watch him. By the time he was 7, he was already too good for his age group. That's when Barcelona came calling. Signing for Masia wasn't just a dream come true. It was the start of a completely different life. At Masia, competition is brutal. Every player is a standout from somewhere. But Yamal's hunger was unmatched. His heritage became a symbol of his drive. 3 flags, Morocco, Equatorial Guinea, and Spain, stitched on the back of his boots. They weren't just decorations. They were a reminder of who he was playing for. Lamine wasn't playing football just for himself. He was carrying the dreams of 2 people, his parents' hopes, their sacrifices. It was as if his father was living his own football dream through him, showing up to every training, cheering him on at every turn, watching as his son transformed into something special. And slowly, that dream began to take shape. From the pre-Benjamin teams to 11R, and then onto Infantile Team B, Yamal was already turning heads, not just for his skill, but for the fire in his eyes and the way he owned every moment on the field. In those early years, he was moved around the pitch, striker, left back, and finally right wing, where his style truly exploded. By 15, his name was already being whispered in the first team dressing room. Barcelona manager Xavi had been watching. He'd seen plenty of La Masia graduates, but Yamal was different. At just 15 years old, he was called up to the senior squad. His debut against Real Betis in 2023 made him the youngest player ever to appear for Barcelona. This wasn't just a publicity move. This kid belonged there. His control, his decision-making, his ability to adapt, all of it screamed first-team quality. Even seasoned professionals admitted privately that Yamal's confidence was shocking for someone so young. The 2023-2024 season was where the world really noticed. Youngest starter in La Liga, youngest starter in the Champions League, youngest scorer for the Spanish national team. He wasn't just ticking boxes, he was rewriting the record books. When Ousmane Dembélé left Barcelona in the summer of 2023, the club didn't rush to sign a replacement. They already had their man for the right wing. That's how much faith they had in Yamal. Then came 2024-2025. Hansi Flick took over and gave Yamal a role designed to unlock every ounce of his ability. Isolate him one-on-one against fullbacks. Give him freedom to drift. Let him cut in from the right and unleash chaos. It worked. By early 2025, Yamal had 14 goals and 21 assists in 43 games. He was turning Champions League nights into nightmares for defenders, forcing Bayern Munich, PSG, and Real Madrid to double-mark him, and still finding ways to break through. Everyone knows what he wants to do, cut inside on his left foot, but no one can stop it. If you close him down, he'll hit a trivela with the outside of his foot. If you back off, he'll whip it into the far corner. His low center of gravity, quick feints, and insane ball control make him almost impossible to dispossess. And he's doing all of this at 17 years old, against world-class defenders twice his age.